Los Somos de 31os and a 32os. That's how Pope Frank says Psalms 31 and 32. God bless you, Frank. What up? Y'all gonna probably hear some traffic noise. I pulled over on a dirt road down here taking a little quick break. I'm on my way to a job in Texas. Man, Texas people. Y'all know I'm playing. You know who you are. Alright. Psalm 31. I get my pollen voice working. That's the only thing I don't like about springtime is the pollen down here. In thee, O Lord, I have taken refuge. Let me never be ashamed. In thy righteousness, deliver me. Incline thine ear to me. Rescue me quickly. Be thou to me a rock of strength, a stronghold to save me. For thou art my rock and my fortress. For thy name's sake thou wilt lead me and guide me. Thou wilt pull me out of the net which they have secretly laid for me, for thou art my strength. Into the land I commit my spirit. Thou hast ransomed me, O Lord, God of truth. I hate those who regard vain idols, but I trust in the Lord. I will rejoice and be glad in thy loving kindness, because thou hast seen my affliction. Thou hast known the troubles of my soul, and thou hast not given me over to the hand of the enemy. Thou hast set my feet in a large place. Be gracious to me, O Lord, for I am in distress. My eyes wasted away from grief, and my soul and my body also. For my life is spent with sorrow, and my years with sighing. My strength has failed because of my iniquity, and my body has wasted away. Because of all my adversaries, I have become a reproach, especially to my neighbors, and an object of dread to my acquaintances. Those who see me in the street flee from me, and I am forgotten as a dead man, out of mind. I am like a broken vessel. For I have heard the slander of many. Terror is on every side. And while they took counsel together against me, they schemed to take away my life. But as for me, I trust in thee, O Lord, and I say, thou art my God. My times are in thy hand. Deliver me from the hand of my enemies and from those who persecute me. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant. Save me in thy loving kindness. Let me not be put to shame, O Lord, for I call upon thee. Let the wicked be put to shame, and let them be silent and shall. Let the lying lips be dumb, which speak arrogantly against the righteous with pride and contempt. How great is thy goodness, which thou hast stored up for those who fear thee, which thou hast wrought for those who take refuge in thee, before the sons of men. Thou dost hide them in the secret place of thy presence from the conspiracies of man. Thou dost keep them secretly in a shelter from the strife of tongues. Blessed be the Lord, for he has made marvelous his loving kindness to me in a besieged city. As for me, I said in my alarm, I am cut off from thine eyes. Nevertheless, thou didst hear the voice of my supplications when I cried to thee. O love the Lord, all you godly ones, you his godly ones. The Lord preserves the faithful and fully recompenses the proud doer. Be strong and let your heart take courage, all you who hope in the Lord. There's a lot in there, as always. David went through some pretty hard stuff there for a little while when everybody was all getting divided up and whatnot. And you can kind of tell through the Psalms, you can almost kind of tell where he was at in the story of his life by the psalm that he wrote, when it was. But that last little part right there, as for me, I said in my alarm, I am cut off from before thine eyes. Nevertheless, thou did hear the voice of my supplications. When I cried to thee, O love the Lord, all you his godly ones. The Lord preserves the faithful and fully recompenses the proud doer. Be strong and let your heart take courage, all you who hope in the Lord. That's down here close to some train tracks. I think I hear a train coming. I'm down here in the bottoms and River Flat, and you can hear stuff a long ways, especially with all the, if there's water standing in the bottoms and stuff like that. It seems like sound travels. I can hear a train behind my house across the creek bottoms and stuff, and the closest train tracks to my house is 10 miles, at least 10 miles. That's how far. When everything else is completely quiet, you know, I mean, there ain't no cars on the road. We live way out in the middle of nothing. Ain't no cars on the road, ain't no dogs barking, nothing going on, you know. And it's amazing how far you can hear stuff sometimes. Squirrel. Psalm 32. How blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is forgiven, whose sin is covered. How blessed is the man whom the Lord does not impute iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no deceit. When I kept silent about my sin, my body wasted away through my groaning all day long. For day and night thy hand was heavy upon me, and my vitality was drained away, as with the fever heat of summer, Selah. I acknowledged my sin to thee, and my iniquity I did not hide. And I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and thou didst forgive the guilt of my sin, Selah. And therefore let everyone who is godly pray to thee in the time when thy soul may be, can't get my words right, when thou mayest be found. Surely in a flood of great waters they shall not reach him. Thou art my hiding place, and thou dost preserve me from trouble. Thou dost surround me with songs of deliverance, Selah. I will instruct you and teach you in the way which you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. Do not be as the horse or as the mule, which have no understanding, whose trappings include bit and bridle to hold them in check. Otherwise they will not come near to you. Many are the sorrows of the wicked, but he who trusts in the Lord, loving kindness shall surround him. Be glad in the Lord, and rejoice, ye righteous ones, and shout for joy, all you who are upright in heart. So that's kind of interesting. There's a couple little points I'd like to make right here. You know, he starts off right there, he's talking about he was ignoring his sin. He wasn't confessing it to the Lord and asking for forgiveness, and he wasn't asking for mercy. And then once he started, his health and his soul was restored. And you know, to paraphrase a little bit. And then right after that, he starts talking about, yeah, I mean, that's two parts right there. And also, I think this part about let everyone who is godly pray to thee in a time when thou mayest be found, not in a flood of great waters. So that kind of means to me that you know, I mean, you've heard that expression before, everybody's a Christian in a foxhole, you know. Don't wait for the foxhole, because you might not find him when you need him. Not right then, you know. I mean, I don't mean it like that. Y'all hold on in the chat. But don't wait until your house is flooding before you start asking God for forgiveness and mercy. And then, you know, also this last part, I think, well, I mean, it's pretty much just driving home the point that, you know, the compare and contrast between the righteous and the unrighteous. And you know, right before that, he's talking about, well, it's talking about the horse and the mule, which have no understanding. You need to seek out the understanding, and don't, you know, you want to be You want to be the horse that knows what to do without having to have the bridle and the bit. That's pretty much what this is saying. And that could be, you know, you can allegorize that 2 or 3 different ways if you want to. I'm gonna stop right there, and I'm gonna get me a bottle of water and get back on the road. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Y'all will probably be seeing me again here after a while. Later, taters.